This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Dana Williams. First up, millions of people across the country and here at home in San Diego took to the streets this weekend for another round of No Kings protests. Their opposition to the Trump administration made loud and clear. Organizers claim more than 77,000 people came out across San Diego County for yesterday's demonstrations, including an estimated 40,000 in this crowd at Waterfront Park alone. We spoke to some of them who say they're tired of what they feel are divisive times. They gathered with messages about a range of issues, from the war in Iran to immigration to what they're calling an abuse of power by President Trump.
Not just about the war. It's not just about rising prices. It's about Trump and how he behaves and what an embarrassment he is to our country.
We got someone in the White House who is thinking that he can do whatever he wants. And it's we the people, it's those who are being governed. Power sits there, not with just this one person who happens to be in that position.
And the San Diego police say the protests were peaceful with no arrests or known injuries. And as more San Diego-based service members get deployed to the Middle East, many military families are left on edge, wondering how long this conflict will last. NBC7's Jeanette Casada shows us how one local military nonprofit and families navigate this moment.
Due to the sensitive nature of military deployments, we are not identifying her by name. The woman we'll call Claire shared some of the challenges military families go through during deployments.
Claire is no stranger to military deployments. Her husband is in the Navy and has served on multiple military operations.
They get extended quite often, so you might think, oh, you're going to go out for 6 months, and then it turns into 8 months, so that's hard.
He was on one of the ships that recently deployed.
I was nervous, to say the least.
But transferred to transition out right before it deployed.
You're glad Daddy's here?
Yeah.
Good.
Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy built this box for us, huh?
It's so big.
As a mother of two, Claire empathizes with what many spouses are going through.
I know a lot of families right now are really struggling. We're in this together, and we are as a community, military spouses and families. If we didn't have that community, it'd be a lot more difficult to withstand.
Part of that community includes the Blue Star Families. It's a nonprofit that connects military families to support services. Executive Director Maggie Meza understands the challenges being a military mom.
I remember distinctly being overwhelmed with 3 small children and needing to take care of the home. And I woke up one morning and heard a lawnmower. It makes me emotional to think about it. And the neighbor next door started mowing my lawn and recognized that I had been alone for a while.
Though Blue Star Families helps military members with financial, childcare, and mental health resources, they encourage them to continue seeking support because the San Diego community has their back. It's something Claire says has helped her navigate uncertainty.
Having that open dialogue is definitely going to help you feel heard, help you feel seen, and maybe lighten the load a little bit of carrying all of that anxiety of, not knowing potentially what's going to happen in your home and your family.
Jeanette Quesada, NBC7.
And those families certainly support our service members in many, many, many ways. So if you do live in the city of San Diego, though, you're going to start seeing these light blue recycling bins all over your neighborhood. This week, the city began replacing the current dark blue recycling containers. Crews are scheduled to swap them out on your regular trash day, but the entire rollout is going to take months, at least through the end of summer. The change comes as the city finishes up the new gray trash bin rollout.
Given that the bins were largely 20 years old or older, past their useful life, we did determine the most efficient way to validate our customers was to provide the new gray bins for trash and the new blue bins, the new light blue bins. So it's very clear to our drivers and to the customers which are the bins that will be addressed and serviced.
So the changes were put in motion last year when the city started charging monthly fees for trash pickup for single-family homes. But as we've reported, the trash bin rollout was a bit confusing. This time, officials say things will be more organized You can find out when your neighborhood is slated to get the new bins on the city's website. We do have a link on NBC7.com. And San Diego community members are calling for major changes to how Balboa Park is governed and funded following a town hall meeting. Dozens of people attended the event at the Mission Valley Library to discuss ongoing concerns about the park's future. Main topics involved structure, funding, and long-term oversight. The moderator of the forum, Vicky Estrada, says the most pressing issue raised by attendees was governance.
Because Forever Balboa Park is in fact a conservancy, and I think initially the previous director had hopes that it would be a true conservancy and that we would be in charge. The conservancy would be in charge of everything that happens in the park. That's not the way it is today.
So Estrada, who you just heard from, says the San Diego Community Coalition wants to take this conversation to City Council and to county supervisors and propose taking Balboa Park from a city to a county-managed park. She argues since people all over the county enjoy the park, other local governments should contribute to both the park's maintenance as well as its finances. Our NBC7 meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a look at your weather right after this.
You count on breaking news.
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
And help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now, we'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view.
We're still human.
And your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting.
It's a mess, and it's making people sick.
Because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC7 and Telemundo 20.
Happy Sunday. Taking a look at your local weather headlines, what you need to know. We have some clouds at a mid to high level streaming overhead, telling you that because they actually could linger heading into this afternoon. We could see that once again for tomorrow, and it's going to be another warm day, especially if you're away from the coastline. That's where those temperatures broke some records yesterday. We could see that again for today, but we are cooling down this upcoming week, something to look forward to. For your coastal forecast, La Jolla, you have low 60s through 8 o'clock, going into the mid 60s through 9, 10, 11 o'clock is when you start to warm up. Mostly cloudy skies, again at that mid to high level with those clouds. And then we're looking at a low rip current risk, wave heights from 1 to 3 feet. And for Chula Vista this morning, low 60s just around 8 o'clock, and then getting into about those upper 60s by 10. We'll stay close to those mid to upper 70s over Chula Vista going into the afternoon. And possibility here along the coastline, especially if you're over Encinitas, Oceanside, you're staying right around upper 60s, low 70s. So again, comfortable conditions if you want to beat the heat. If you're coming from El Cajon, La Mesa, where we have those temperatures from the upper 80s. Similar conditions for Poway, 90 degrees expected for Ramona, 86 degrees for Escondido. We have those 70s and 80s for the mountains, close to triple digits for Borrego Springs today. And we broke a record there yesterday as well. So here is a look at the high temperature forecast. We're looking at El Cajon. The average temperature here for the month of March is 71 degrees. Obviously, we really haven't seen that much this month, and you could see why. We have had the high pressure building over the west. We had that heat dome a couple weeks ago. It has just been downright hot this month across the county. And taking a look at what we can expect going into Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday is we could get the closest to that seasonal norm at 73 degrees. Nice cool temperatures. At the same time with this though, we have the potential to get increased cloud cover, maybe even the chance for some rain. Here's a look at one model showing this trough of low pressure over the Pacific Northwest. This is going to actually have some influence on us locally because we see those clouds kind of wrapped around here towards Southern California. As this low continues to move east, it is a possibility there could be some moisture that moves south enough to reach us, but it would be on the lighter end. I mean, the rain chances are already on the low end. I'm talking 20%, but the rainfall accumulation right now is around 1/10 of an inch or less if we see that. But I put it on your 10-day forecast so you can be aware of it. Otherwise, we get some cloud cover Monday, Tuesday, cooler temperatures start for the coast tomorrow. Same thing for the valleys. We really don't feel the cooler conditions over the inland valley communities until about midweek. And then you can see by Friday, we just gradually start to trend up a little bit. Easter Sunday looks warm, it looks dry, and you can see that same thing for the mountain communities. We're going to be right around the low 60s there by about midweek. We'll stay close to that as we get closer to the end of the week. And same trend here over the desert region. We start out on this Sunday looking at upper 90s, getting back to those mid 90s Monday, cooling down even more than that, back to those low 80s. By Thursday and then Easter Sunday, you can see a little bit of a warm up between the mountains and the desert region. We have our little bunny rabbit there with some eggs showing us the forecast. Dana, I'll send it back over.
Cute. I like it. Makes it obvious. Brooke, thanks so much. And Goats elementary school students and SDG&E all teamed up in an effort to prevent wildfires in Chula Vista. Earlier this week, kids from High Tech Elementary School helped the Goats cross Hilltop Drive to a new grazing field. The Goats play really a crucial role in eating up the vegetation around electrical towers and power lines on the utility-owned land. Without recent rain, you heard Brooke talk about it, and all this heat, the brush is drying out, creating fuel for wildfire.
Some of them are a little stubborn, not really moving that much, but most of them are pretty easy and pretty good to handle.
Yeah, it gives us the ability to clear that brush, create defensible space, and make it safer for the city and decrease the ability of potential wildfires.
The Goats need to get it together. She's on them. The Goats are able to find hard-to-reach areas and also keep seeds from cycling back into the soil, helping to prevent further vegetation from growing. And there's more coverage you can count on at NBC7.com. And you can always find us on your Roku or your Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dana Williams.